It's very, very difficult issue. India is a poor country. Punjab is a relatively prosperous oasis in a poor country, but still you can't call the farmers of Punjab rich by any means. We need water for agriculture. The water supplied by our rivers and canals is insufficient. Therefore, we have to pump water out of using tube wells, underground water. Now, what is happening is because of the cultivation of particularly paddy, rice in the summer months, the requirement for underground water significantly rises. As a result of which, every year the amount of water which is pumped out of the ground significantly exceeds the amount of water which is recharged. So one is, as you correctly highlighted, we have a problem of, generally speaking, all across Punjab, water levels falling, but we also have anomalies because the underground currents, they work in mysterious ways. So as you deplete water in one part of Punjab, sometimes you have concurrent waterlogging in another part of Punjab. So that is a problem that exists today, and as a sad consequence of that waterlogging, sometimes the contaminants that we put onto the soil, pesticides and insecticides, they end up concentrating in particular places. So we have in some parts of Punjab, western regions of Punjab, west of Ludhiana where I am, you have high cases of cancer, which I'm pretty certain are directly caused by the concentration of insecticides and pesticides. Solution to this is one, we have to move agriculture away from rice and wheat. But sadly, there is no crop that exists on a large scale that gives the cash surplus that paddy does. Farmers have an economic need, and up to now we have not been able to come up with a summer crop that would be planted in the months of June or July, and would in those next 3 or 4 months give an income at least equivalent to paddy. So that is the problem. The second problem is that we don't have water pricing at all in Punjab. It's an issue that I'm working on, issue that I'm likely to be writing an article on in the next month or so. I've got some pretty profound views on this. But at the end of the day, I'm in politics, and if I come up with a proposal which may make great ecological sense, but if it doesn't make economic sense for the farmers, then my proposal certainly is not going to see the light of day. You have pragmatic. But there is a dire need to move agriculture away from particularly paddy farming in the summer months. Is the root cause of the problem.
Now, a couple of other topics that I want to touch base. A lot of tourist NRIs go to India, and they notice not just the ones who go there to visit, but the people who actually live there have seen traffic problems. We're having a huge problem there now in Punjab with traffic. I want to touch base on traffic, and then lastly I want to talk about corruption and what are we doing there to curtail. I mean, it's kind of hard to get rid of corruption altogether, but we want to talk about that too. So starting with traffic, how do you see that? How can we get around to reducing traffic that's gone up? I mean, with this new vehicle that's I can't remember the name of the vehicle now. The Nano, yes. Tell us about it. Yeah, tell us about it. You're in Punjab. Tell us what is the current situation with regards to traffic, and what traffic calming measures are we doing to alleviate people.
The problem is that I think countries the world over have tried to come up with a solution of moving people from motor vehicles using the internal combustion engine to public transport, and I think universally pretty much everybody's failed. Pretty much. You failed in Vancouver. Most American cities have failed. We certainly failed in the UK. Sad truth is that the convenience of the personal motor vehicle far exceeds all other issues, and it's very difficult to get people onto buses. In India, the problem is twofold. We have had grossly negligent urban planning.
Yes.
Simply do not have the roads infrastructure that we should have had after 60 years of independence. It simply doesn't exist. We don't have the width of road, and we do not have the level of infrastructure at intersections which one would expect from a developing economy. Governments, sadly, governments in India tend to play catch up. The current work that's taking place in Delhi ahead of the Commonwealth Games is probably one of the few examples in India of a government being proactive and building infrastructure, in some cases well ahead of current needs. I go to Delhi frequently. I'm there pretty much every week, and sometimes I see the roads 4 lanes wide, 5 lanes wide, and I see the levels of traffic today, and I see that there is some degree of future proofing. So the traffic jams that exist in Punjab, sadly they would remain, but I think I've got to put it into context. When I was doing clinics at Guy's Hospital, and I would sometimes drive up from West London, and it would take me an hour 15 minutes to go, a journey that otherwise would be approximately 12 miles.
Absolutely.
Now, whatever the traffic conditions that exist in Punjab today,
yes,
we still have traffic that moves faster than it does on the A4 in West London.
Well, the M25 and the M4, as you know, that's referred to as the parking lot of Europe.
Biggest parking lot. So yes. I think that we have to accept that as the country progresses, there are going to be more two-wheel vehicles, and particularly four-wheel vehicles on our roads. It's a fact of life. I don't think the government is going to in any way tax vehicle traffic out of the system.
Right. No, that's great.
What the government is doing is they're building infrastructure. I would like to see the government being more proactive. We are getting a lot of PPP, private-public partnership infrastructure projects coming out in Punjab.
Okay.
And the rest of India. A lot of our intercity connections, they are being upgraded using PPP. It's quite expensive. I don't think the government is particularly efficient at tendering for PPP, but then governments all over the world have to learn. The British government made a lot of mistakes when Margaret Thatcher came in, and she encouraged private sector involvement. And governments make mistakes, and then they learn, and that's roughly the phase where we are in now today. Government is, a lot of the PPP initiatives are very expensive for the consumer, but governments will learn, and we'll make sure that we get better value next time around.
Right.